Hi, YouTube. I hope you're doing good. I am doing okay. I had a day break that I needed, so I haven't exercised yet today, but tomorrow, aside from 2 days or three, if I don't do them today, it'll be 6 months solid after healing from injuries and getting back on track. So I was listening to Sean Baker, MD. He said that, working out like 3 days a week is like good. It is. If I do miss a day, then I don't feel too bad. So, what's on my mind today? Well, I could say good riddance to bad rubbish, and a lot of people might be like, shame on you, that's our beloved monarchy, and I'm like, down with the monarchies, you know? Or the overlords or overseers or however they want to portray themselves. Did you know that in 1976 there was a group of children that went to Buckingham Palace and were said by some of the butlers and maids they were taken into the basement and never seen again? And several parents had gotten like private investigators and different things to look into their missing children and those children because assuming I am assuming because they were from impoverished homes, the families weren't able to get the representation that a average or a person maybe looked more favorably upon through that crown head. So, um, those children have been missing ever since then. And I used to, uh, I've kept up on the human trafficking around the world and the Christ's blood that they intend to try and destroy. All my life, it's been a thing for me. I'm going to share a link to um, a castle that's in Belgium. Belgium, German, Danes, all closely related. Same with the Czechs or the Russians, and even the Romans going into England, and their bloodlines all tied together, is what I'm saying. But I'm going to share a story of what I just described to you that was uncovered in Belgium in a castle that translates to the Mothers of Darkness, where they meet. So, and that's the name of their castle in their French speaking province where that castle is. So, but, and it's really interesting. It's on a YouTube channel called Timeline History, I think. Well, I'll just put the link if you're interested in watching it and how it ties in all together. Even a banker that had ties with the so-called Illuminati and what they wanted him to do, back in the day. And this is just speculation, but perhaps Princess Diane, who used to just worship Mother Teresa, the ground she walked on, maybe she found out that Mother Teresa was involved in human trafficking and the funds that would go to save the children and that type of thing. And what I'm saying has been verified by a lot of people. Now that drives my mind into another topic I'm going to get to just a moment. There's there's channels that have been demonetized here on YouTube for, or entirely taken down for coming against people that would, like the human trafficking to continue because perhaps they have some kind of financial gain through the whole thing one way or another would be really the only reason. Like, if I don't hear back from writing the secretary of the House of Representatives down in St. Paul, my capital of Minnesota, um, my state capital, if I don't hear back from them people, that's going to tell me and tell you how little human life means to everybody. And for children to be taken out of our country through adoption, even our own state, is really horrible. My allergies are acting up on me today. If you see me blinking a gazillion times, it's really windy, and a lot of the like goldenrod and different wildflowers are in full force this time of year around me. So yeah, it's been a allergy filled, they would say. But then from the wildfires west of me, we have a lot of smoke. In fact, the skies are completely gray lately because of the smoke from out west, and it's blowing it this way. And before that, it was the Sierra Sands going around the globe and all their geoengineering that they're doing. You know why it's easier to speak in their language, calling it geoengineering? Because if you just say chemtrail, that implies that it's sort of a natural thing that could come out of a plane like a mist or whatever. But if you say geoengineering, um, you're describing it as they're engineering our geology, um, you know, through biological warfare. you know, so I know I had more in there. I'm a little. That's kind of why I've stayed off here too. I'm a little dense right now as far as not energy. I've had plenty of energy, but it's just the amount of things on my mind right now is it takes deeper thought than, see, I have to be really careful on how I word things because I don't want to make any mistakes, number one. And well, I guess that's number one, is all that's needed. I don't want to misspeak. And kind of like this morning, um, this was long awaited though, from somebody that presented himself to me as God. And then when that didn't work, he kept saying he was Toth or Toth, however you want to say it. Um, this type of mentality, all the new wave stuff. And I passed around a meme that said, if you want me to shut up about your new wave religion stuff, why don't you manifest me to shut up? You know? So, yeah, it's a war. But this one dork this morning, and anyway, I won't have to go into deeper description, said, what happened 911 days ago? And I wasn't in the mood. I had so many things to do today, and I thought, well, that's really rude because usually if I know something, I'm getting on here and I'm not saying, guess what? I'm going to make you guess and then you tell me. It's like, no, this is what I found out and here you go. I love you. So I said to the dude, I'm like, I don't play guessing games. Either you're going to tell people out of love and or you're not. And he wrote some dickly thing back to me, and I just told him, well, something about looking in the mirror, and I said, well, I'm sure my reflection isn't going to see a dick, stuff like that. So I just went and it's been like 3 years of this retarded, regressed, I don't know who I am type of thing out of this little boy. So it's like, out of here, you know. So I felt better about that. I tried to wreck my day, literally. And then another older gentleman, but than that, but younger than me, is always getting on there, and it's like, oh, my throat today, and oh, my arm today, and I gotta go into the hospital. And I'm like, I'm thinking, get off your fat ass, fast a little bit, stop complaining, and maybe tell somebody else you recognize that they're not feeling so good today, instead of getting on there all the time and flipping, whining about how he doesn't feel good every day, at least every other. It's like, dude, please, you know. I mean, if I get on here and I'm telling you, like, God dang, I stubbed my toe. One time I did too, and I broke them suckers. I stubbed them so hard. So for me to get on and actually say something like that, I'm not looking for sympathy, because I think we all should have like empathy for each other all the time, you know. What are your thoughts as far as needing the egg and the sperm to make a child? Or originally, did one just make one? Or like the sperm, which is like liquid. I heard somebody say I started out of water, so it was like the sperm that made me. It's like, um, on this planet, we have an egg and a sperm, and it's still two separate things coming together to make one, which has already happened. It's not like a lot of people are trying to push like the male and the female energies are coming together. No, they're not. Shut the hell up with your shit. We might be coming together in our minds and in our hearts, but dude, if you want to be a Fruit Loop, just say goodbye right now. Like, if you're not like, I'm not saying I want you to be Conan the Barbarian and walk around with the club grabbing your woman by her hair, you know. Um, there's a clear, distinct difference in a female and a male, and those lines that are being blurred intentionally. It's the emotional factor of our souls coming together, not the physical. The physical has already happened. That's why we're here, as a part of our father and a part of our mother. And bang, it's a brand new soul, So just beware on what you believe, especially, and I'm going to say it like it is, if you've never carried a child in your body, you might want to back up on what you think you know as fact. Just saying, you know. If you don't experience the menstrual period before you make a child, even the ovulation, what that feels like, and God talking to you within yourself through all of these things, like He does a man with your things. But I know there's some women that cannot describe what a woman is, but I'm not one of those. I can describe to you what they are and what they are not very well. So I will try to lead a man. There's a lot of men that will not try to lead a woman, or they'll be misleading her. And that's a fact. That's what's going on in this world. I haven't met anybody that's teaching the Word of God that is doing it up to my specifications. And I'm very qualified. I think somebody that actually knows language, maybe better the English language, every word, probably better than anybody I have met. And being a theology and ordained minister and all the things that I've done in my life to give me my life experiences, I think I'm going to stand on maybe not my own understanding, but my God given understanding and strengths and abilities that I know are righteous. I'll stay there. Nobody's going to tell me that we're mixing up everybody and that's the way human beings are made, like part man and part woman, that there's reptilian creatures that possess those type of capabilities that they can procreate from themselves. Well, hearing that from a man that's never carried a baby, yeah, we need the man to procreate. Yeah, it's a two type deal. But on this plane of existence, it takes an egg and the sperm and the womb and the mother's blood. It's a lot of things that go into that. A lot of forethought before you have your child, hopefully, or not. You know, sometimes it's kind of a unthought of situation. You know, that happens. But hopefully, if you're caught in a boo boo situation, that it'll work out for the best anyway. So, I don't know. So, I'm finally gonna light this cigarette. I was gonna sit here and talk and roll more, but yeah, it's frustrating because I'm sitting here listening to two men that agree on um maybe not pushing that the humans are actually made that they can procreate like a chicken laying an egg, but even a chicken needs the egg to be fertilized from the male before it actually comes out in the formation with that yolk inside that egg. When he inserts his penis and ejaculates in that egg, creates another little being, and that's the way it works on this planet, you know. So, but just to hear two men discuss the workings of themselves as a man, yeah, tell me about it, but don't tell me what a woman is, and don't tell me that human women on this planet are any kind of reptoid or will be in the future, because it's just not so. And I'll say it like I have to. There's a lot of people think that after you die that there's maybe surgeries that'll be done to keep you alive or whatever. It's all part of the nightmare system that they want you to believe. God never lets go of your hand. You are in the belly of the beast, but the beast, he has control of that beast, and he hasn't let go of your hand. Even though you're in chaos, you know, his soul, his spirit, what Jason from Archaics calls the oversoul, I can deal with that somewhat. Somewhat. The word source for God, it bothers me less than it used to, but it still doesn't set right with me. You know, our Heavenly Father is just that, and just like call him the source, you know. It's like, yeah, whatever, that's okay for Satan, like the source of all evil. That's, you know, everything that isn't of God, anything that's weird or abnormal, or, you know, like them trying to push so many different types of genders on the children and the things that they're pushing on the children, you know, to um, give them lack of confidence and self doubt. That's just about the most evil shit going on in this world right now. You know, it really is. Yeah. So yeah, there's stuff on my mind, and you know, I even in some ways, well, see, when somebody's working for the dark cabal, and then I think I'm gonna trust a person and they're actually promoting an idea that is set in motion from the dark cabal, I have to think to myself, you're actually setting back the thinking of, especially a man teaching that human beings are created. I forget the word for it, like protagonists or whatever, that you can create within yourself. You're not God. No, we can't, and neither can the reptilians, what we call the, um, what would it be, blue blood? Well, everybody's blood is blue. If you cut yourself, if you look at your veins, if you can see through your skin, your blue. It's your blood is blue. When the oxygen hits it, everybody's blood is red. It's blue on the inside until oxygen hits it. You know, we all know what color it turns when it dries, too, don't we? Things change, but every step, you know. But just everything within myself screams, okay, I'll go this far as